but they will not be long. No sometimes they pop back and delay. I say the people, let's take it easy. In this world, I say the rocky one day, a blessing will show face. In all things, get thanks to the papi. Build your fish too, don't ever lose it. Anything that happens, just flow. Go there, stay there, you're ready, down there, will leave there. No. Go there, stay there, you're ready, down there, will leave there. No. I thought the problem would be go there. Even if you don't get me, go there. No, that's you I want to win. Go there. Now I want to bet yourself. I know talent is with her, but they will not be long. Go there. We go better. One day, yes, we go better. We go better. One day, we go better. Anybody asking how you do? The place stay here, how you live? School free time, I mean, how you pay? In the South, yes, you will make it. Any challenges, you will pass it. You enjoy your future. I thought the problem would be even you don't get me. No, that's you will want to win. Now I want to get yourself. I know challenges will come, but they will not be long. We go better. One day, yes, we go better. We go better. One day, we go better. I thought the problem would be even you don't get me. No, that's you I want to win. Now I want to bet yourself. I know talent is with her, but they will not be long. No sometimes they pop back and delay. I say the people, let's take it easy. In this world, I say the rocky one day, a blessing will show face. In all things, get thanks to the papi. Build your fish too, don't ever lose it. Anything that happens, just flow. Go there, stay there, you're ready, down there, will leave there. No. Go there, stay there, you're ready, down there, will leave there. No. I thought the problem would be even you don't get me. No, that's you I want to win. Now I want to bet yourself. I know talent is with her, but they will not be long. We go better. One day, yes, we go better. We go better. One day, we go better. Anybody asking how you do? The place stay here, how you live? School free time, I mean, how you pay? In the South, yes, you will make it. Any challenges, you will pass it. You enjoy your future. I thought the problem would be even you don't get me. No, that's you will want to win. Now I want to get yourself. I know talent is with her, but they will not be long. We go better. One day, yes, we go better. We go better. One day, we go better. Because your life improved, so they vex. Then I see you going up now, so they vex. And I become conspire with you, so they vex. Boy, you get vex, let them boss. 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 Play back, one. Play one, tell the people with mamas. Tell them mamas. I say nana because of bad thing, people say you nuts. If you like to fix yourself, you can never fix him up. You wear clothes, they vex. You progress, they vex. You succeed, they vex. Anything you do, they vex. You work it, they vex. You in school, they vex. When you buy your market, they vex. Anything you do, they vex. Just because you're looking good now, so they vex. Just because your life improved, so they vex. Then I see you going up now, so they vex. And I become conspire with you, so they vex. Boy, you get vex, let them boss. 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 Play back, one. Play back, one. Tell the people with mama. Tell them mama. And I'm then I be one go. See get the waist and I one go. Tell they eat that chicken chop, but I eat your drop.
When forever rise to prove we will all prevail. We will all prevail. We will all prevail. Oh, hell, Liberia, my mama. Forever, oh long may it flow, our land and our sea. This on the rising. Hey, hey, hey. That's right. My God. The God I have, the God I have. He is that awesome God. Whatever He says He will do. I will lift my voice and give Him the highest praise. Praise Him in the morning, praise Him every day. Praise Him with my body, praise everything within me. See how much He loves, He just bless me to do. Everything you do makes my breath away. I sing Hosanna, 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 Hosanna to the Most High. Whatever He says He will do. I will lift my voice and give Him the highest praise. Praise Him in the morning, praise Him every day. Praise Him with my body, praise everything within me. See how I know why you just bless me to go. Everything you do takes my breath away. I sing Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna. Way back, I thought my life was over. Depression away, the tower that was the whole battle. I went to my maker and put my life under reboot. Remove all the virus from my life and renew my software. God is good, you see me shining. And God is why you see me smiling. Why I'm not for his voice and give Him highest praise. Praise Him in the morning, praise Him every day. Praise Him with my body, praise everything within me. See how my God can bless me to go. Everything you do takes my breath away. I sing Hosanna, Hosanna, when God talk you do when God talk you do when God talk you do when God talk you do. The God I have, He is that awesome God. Whatever He says He will do. I went to my maker and put my life under reboot. Removed all the virus from my life and renew my software. Talk to you when God talk to you. Talk to you when God talk to you.
Into you here. What are you here in the first place? Where are you?
Look, I came on radio talk show to Hub FM. I was invited here. And I came to speak to the Liberian people. The president has endorsed this group. He said we should provide security for ourselves.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
I'm just told that the joint security is scrutinizing your statement that you're going to establish.
The Nazi is stealing that open doing.
Are you not afraid?
Afraid of who? Arrest?
Yes.
What are they waiting for?
On the call about one day you might be a picker in the street.
Oh yes, I want to be bigger in the street for the Liberian people. Why they can't come now? You will not have police in the mouth to make sure. You saw the people in Lofa County. The more immigration in you for CDC behind the police spokesman said he didn't see those people. All of my people you saw. Listen to the president. When the president said he don't know the CDC COP, all of that group you saw.
Do you think the Liberians are listening to what you say? Do you think are they following you?
Then we listen. We want to say to this president, you were elected to govern this country.
Yes.
You were not elected to be selective.
Yeah.
When you become selective, that will happen. You know how long it took the president to make one statement to say arrest? After the chain was being put on last, it took him 6 days.
It's better late than never.
Mr. President, to hell with you.
You are always bitter with this president.
Because of the way
are you frank?
with this country.
Do you talk to him sometimes?
Are we being treated fairly in the country? No. The people are hungry in the country.
No.
He wants to create a situation where he can be re-elected.
How are you going to maintain the 1,005 percent or 2,005 you're talking about?
All the people because you saw what happened on the July 26th. You saw what happened on the July 26th. When the civilians went inside to have rats and jumped into poor home and were looting things. It was not only the early boys that were affected. Citizens were affected. You didn't see it. They were joking and riot. People using their mouth to make fun of the Liberian people.
This is my honor man your re-election bid on the call back.
You can't do my re-election. I'm already elected. I'm worried about election. I'm already elected. Look, the Liberian people looking for somebody to stand up for them.
Yes.
I want to be killed for the Liberian people.
Exactly.
I want to be arrested for the Liberian
No way,
people.
no way.
No way. Never found no man to be brave like this.
Yes.
You see the guys? That 1,200 people making fun.
Are you going to go across the country to recruit people?
1,002 is for Mosorolo County. We will have 1,000 in each county. What they want to do to rig the election will bother with us.
What mandate will you give your men when you train them? What will you tell them to do?
I want our people to tell this president that he was elected for all, not for seditious. We are all human beings. If we didn't vote for you, that doesn't mean we are not Liberian. We are Liberian, right? So provide security for us. You can tell us double, but go to West Point, put CCTV to our house. What's the stable calling you got for double to put CCTV to our house? Hey man, let's stop the joking, man. Let's stop it. For them to have full ceremony for those CDC boys, the president said he don't know them. That deception. That's making more people.
Why are you writing about your left?
You know what I'm saying? We are calling on the people to be peaceful. As soon as the president in charge of this situation, we will go back into and wait to see what happens.
Don't you see this court as an incitement on the part for other people to just say, I'm not going to train my own or protection or protect the people?
You don't want to say that case, yeah, when they came out condemn it. The president has said provide security for yourself. The president didn't say so. You are journalist, you saw it. Was he under the influence of something? Yes. You were under the influence of something, make you go You need to stop.
How long are you going to continue on this advocacy?
As long as Ambassador we are refused to provide security for the Liberian people, we're going to provide security for ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? We will not sit down here, the people can kill us.
What are you going to be? What are you going to be great with? What are you going to have?
Marshal I, I'm a black belt holder. We will train our boys. I served in the Liberia National Police for 11 years. But self-defense.
I'm sure your colleague who are staying in force can sometimes call you to tune down your volume.
No, let me tell you something. Election was held with all the police people who work against Ambassador.
True.
Even the SS people.
Do they tell you that?
Hey man, I don't have to tell you what they tell me. Look, when I was in the police, Patrick Sulu, the police director, used to ride the back of my pickup. He used to tell me, yes sir. You are our filing clerk. So you don't know operation, you don't know policing. But you know, they say, well, who know you will take you here and what you know will make you to stay.
As a legislator, and then you are on the side of advocacy, you have the masses behind you. What is the difference between you being a legislator and being an advocate that you're doing now?
But we are elected to advocate for our people. Lawmakers should be an advocate. Then my job to go sit down with Natalie Magay, be friendly with him before he can't be in my district. My job is the same. Natalie Magay, you are eating coke, boy. You know how far that I use the money district number 10 like they do it. You think I will beg them to go do job in my district? Do
you have contenders in district number 10? I'm told the CDC will be supporting the current Inspector General of the Ministry of Commerce, Josephine Davis.
You think fishing contact in district number 10?
What do you mean?
No, we're not doing bleaching contact in district number 10.
What do you mean?
District number 10 is a serious place. District number 10 is the most popular, the most respected district in the history of Liberia. Yes. As you know, I went to local country. You saw when I went to grace my invitation that was sent to me by the Unity Party, right? To grace the convention, right? When they called my name, what happened?
His name is Representative Yeke Koluba. One of the primary reasons why I call you here is that a lot of us, including me, we are concerned about your recent pronouncement with the formulation of a new group. I see you buried it. I don't know the name of
the Opposition Protection Unit.
The Opposition Protection
Unit. You see it? So I mean, all of the vests. Yeah, all of the vests and were printed from where all in Liberia.
Opposition Protection Unit.
Yes.
OPU.
Yeah, and you see me, my berry, right? Are you going live for the people to know?
Yeah.
Okay,
You're live.
I hope that 419 thing there. I hope you're going live.
Everything you want me to apply, even the line.
You see some of my people, right? They are in the beret.
So why did you form this group?
The president said no security. You think I'm going to say about to kill me? 2023 will be more. It will be worse than what happened July 26. This and it will be protecting our political leaders and protecting our supporters and the Liberian people. And don't take it for a joke.
The Liberian people, the police are here.
Where you go? Start making fun of them. We are going to train people for self-defense. I'm a former police officer. Riot control. I did riot control at the police academy. I am one of the instructors. We started already. We started doing our physical fitness. We got some martial art people, trying to train our people. Master day martial. I'm a second day black belt holder. Where you go?
Where is the training?
You will be invited on our second training day.
So you have had the first training?
We had the first training, and the people that will train already. Those are some of the people you see behind me. We have started the training with the first 50 men. Because one of the people said, until you can be tracked, we'll protect ourselves. Oh, you think I'm joking with it? And I said, nobody can ask me why you wearing a vest. Nobody's supposed to ask me. Do we have security in the country? The president said the security is no more. Double, like in the same house. Man Lopu, Man Yama.
Yeke Koluba, welcome to the TV.
And the vote that coming, the next vote, we have to be careful. Especially me, Yeke Koluba, I will vote trying for people. Black guy, I will vote for black guy. For the country to be set. The vote. Because it will be 3% that will be running.
3% will be running in the coming election.
Yes. We got the vice president with Joe Taylor. Then we got the president Joe WEAH'S. Then Joseph Boakai. It's a 3% that will be running. Actually, that will know about then. You got me? But the size, my only side that we already taking the end. The whole country will take it. It will be Joseph Boakai.
So what you really seeing now? Tell what really making you vex in the voting?
What making you vex? The country is looking better. Yeah.
You saw the country looking bad. How you looking bad?
Fine. Thing that we not seen before. We seen it.
What do you see now?
Fine. We never see anything that they say Macro church. We never see anything that they say Macro school. Do not hold one another hand. You got me?
I got you.
I didn't go there. We never hear that one day. The people were there, vice president, they say he's sleeping with here. We never hear that one day. You got me?
I got you.
The reason my point that I hate you on is one of my point there.
So you not believe in the coronavirus thing?
Actually, I can't even tie my nose. No signal that can hold me. I believe no signal that can hold me.
But people dying in America.
I don't have a problem with them. America people, they do what they're not supposed to do, they do it.
What did they do?
Fine. They're there, they're taking the man to be with a woman.
A BD now that you talking about?
You getting me? They're taking men and to be that woman. It's not supposed to be there. They want to find out beyond God.
So that ain't making them sick.
What they dying for? They die. The one thing against the black people. The black people not dying the way the white people dying over there.
But if they say they bring medicine. They bring medicine from Madagascar. They say that country medicine, people must take it.
It's a pure lie. I look at the medicine and said, yeah. Even the food they said they're talking about, you can't hear. We are medicine, day, fasting. My people can't take it.
That's why you telling your people they must not
That's why I'm
take it.
telling my people, they're not taking it.
So the Yeka Koluba ni, what really made you get a Nina?
I'm a society man.
Ah.
Yes. I'm a society man.
So what the meaning of Koluba?
Fine. The meaning of Koluba, I'm a society man from Bapu County. Anything that come in, I can see inside it. Find it. I see the truth. I see the lie. Our poor guy rushing for the money here to come in. They say in oil. There's no taking down oil in that blue here.
Oh, you mean that money they want?
That money they want. You getting me?
I getting you.
The coronavirus, the way it didn't with people in America, it go fall down right here. It go fall down in that blue here. Who now hear you and say.
So what a message you get for people that are looking at you now?
The message that I get for the people who living together here, you're not love one another, people want to work together. Joe, we are saying, I know what the reason for it. He not even know how to talk to people.
Oh, you guys have a problem with Joe, we are?
He go say, oh, the coronavirus, oh, yeah, in that blow, yeah, please not come in that blow, yeah, the whole area close. Where in that blow, yeah? Where people dying?
That your friend looking to
yes.
Yeka Koluba in the horse there.
Yes.
You can talk to, you can talk plenty.
Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf, thank you for joining me on Upfront. It's been more than a year since you left office as president of Liberia. You came into power off the back of a peace deal that followed decades of war and violence and coups. You ended your mandate with Liberia's first successful democratic transition in 73 years. You're the first woman to lead an African nation, a Nobel Peace Prize winner. And yet some might say you've been more popular abroad than you have been at home. What do you say to them?
Well, you know, I think if one really went around the country, where I spent a lot of time going into rural areas, being able to work with farmers and rural women and traders, and, you know, I found that I was very well connected with them. But also, if in the city, some of the positions I took were maybe not popular, then that's fine. But I also know that I had to be out there in the global community, being able to mobilize the support for Liberia, being able to restore Liberia's creditworthiness, being able to make sure that the partnership that we needed, you know, was put in place to enable us to achieve our development goals. I'm very happy with what I was able to do.
When you became president in 2005, you pledged a war on corruption. You called it, quote, a national cancer and, quote, public enemy number one. But then you yourself were hit with a variety of scandals, your government, and you later said you, quote, underestimated the cultural roots of corruption. But surely Liberian culture isn't to blame for corruption. Liberian politicians, such as yourself and others, are to blame for corruption.
Well, let me tell you, politicians are part of the culture. Politicians are part of the value system.
But it sounds like you're blaming the public, the country, for the actions of politicians.
I'm not blaming anybody. No. I think you're just talking without listening. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying dependency, dishonesty came part of the Liberian culture over the many years of deprivation. The institutions to fight corruption were not there.
You mentioned the institutions, and yet you did have an independent corruption watchdog, the General Auditing Commission, which found 20 government ministers, accused 20 government ministers of corruption, and you failed to prosecute any of them. Why?
Well, let me tell you something. All of those reports were sent to our Liberia Anti-Corruption Agency. They were also sent to our legislature. We organized a particular unit in the presidency to be able to look at all of those cases and to be able to send them forward to the Ministry of Justice wherever they thought prosecution was necessary.
So why weren't they prosecuted?
Well, because our system is like that. If you want to really understand Liberia, you need to dig a little bit deeper. You need to understand our culture, our values, our systems. And the way to tackle it is not always to just make a whole lot of noise about it, but to quietly build those institutions that are going to be long-lasting.
What is it about your country's institutions and values and culture that led you to appoint 3 of your sons and your sister to top government positions? Something that led to your fellow Liberian Nobel Peace Laureate, Lema Bowie, to resign from her post as head of Liberia's Peace and Reconciliation Commission. Does she not understand Liberian culture or institutions?
No. Let's put it this way. First of all, when I took office, if you're talking about one of my sons was always in place a couple of administrations before I took place, and I didn't fire him. Yes, I didn't think it was necessary to do so. If you're talking about the others where I needed a specialized skill to be able to achieve our objective of trying to mobilize the resources to tackle our major development programs, that's what I did. And frankly, will you please look around today at some other countries that have found themselves perhaps in similar position and have been able to put in place those particular relatives close to them whom they feel they could trust? I'll leave that to you to do your research on.
Well, I've done my research. The British Prime Minister hasn't appointed any family members. The Canadian Prime Minister hasn't appointed any family members. The French President hasn't appointed any family members. The German Chancellor hasn't appointed any family members. I could keep going, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf.
Good for them, is that all?
Well, you were saying look at other countries. I'm saying it's not a common practice for presidents or prime ministers, certainly not in democratic nations, to appoint a bunch of family members to run various institutions.
Well, look, let me put it this way. We're really gone beyond this now. You know, let's deal with the real issues of Liberia. Let's deal with how we can help this country to succeed.
You say let's deal with Liberia's real issues. No. You said you appointed family members for specialized skill sets. Your son, Robert Sirleaf, was appointed chairman of Liberia's national oil company. That company went bankrupt and $30 to $40 million disappeared. What special skill set did he bring to national oil company?
No. First of all, let me just say, what you just said is a blatant lie. L-I-E, lie. You go look at the records. There is nothing about that company going bankrupt.
So there were no problems at all at National Oil Company?
The National Oil Company ran into because the 2 companies that were trying to exploit for oil, ExxonMobil and Chevron, could not find oil. They pulled out, and that meant that this company could not continue. It's as simple as that. And the record is clear on
How about the Liberia's central bank? You appointed your son Charles Sirleaf as deputy governor there. You suspended him. You suspended him for failing to declare his assets. And 2 months ago, he was ordered to be held in jail while awaiting trial for having unlawfully printed local currency worth tens of millions of US dollars. Did you know he was doing that?
Well, I didn't know you wanted to have an interview just to come out with outrageous statements. I mean, that was
I'm confused. Was he not?
No. I thought you.
Hold on, has he not been held in jail? Is that wrong? Has he not been held in jail?
That is not true. That is not true. He was unjustifiably, illegally charged. But anyway,
so he was charged. I mean, that's your opinion. You're his mother. Obviously, you're not going to agree with the charges. I'm just asking you to comment on him being held for trial. You're saying that didn't happen. Please.
No, you're not. No. What you're trying to do is showmanship now. That's what you're trying to do. We don't need that. We need to have a civil exchange.
I'm very civil. I asked a very simple question. You accuse me of making up things. I haven't accused you of anything. I simply asked, your son has been ordered to be held in jail while awaiting trial for having unlawfully printed local currency worth tens of millions of dollars. What's your reaction to that? There's nothing uncivil about that question.
Look, our system requires that when we have a case under the jurisdiction of the court, we're not supposed to talk about it.
Mr. Taylor, did you ever deal in diamonds with the RUF in return for arms?
Never. There is not one human who believes in the truth can say that I, Charles Ganke Taylor, dealt with the RUF or anyone in the RUF taking diamonds for arms or taking diamonds for anything. None.
I'll ask you very directly, Mr. Taylor. Based on the evidence called by the prosecution, and I'm speaking louder because I'm told that my voice was very faint, were you regularly receiving mayonnaise jars full of diamonds from the RUF?
Never. Ever did I receive, whether it is mayonnaise or coffee or whatever jar, never receive any diamonds from the RUF. It's a lie. It's a diabolical lie. Never.
Going the way of the state.
It's very much great, and in fact, it helping the prosecution. I think.
So are you still ready? Are you still prepared, or do you still have the institution that you said the government has identified if Mr. Cummings is found guilty to go and do his community service?
Well, we haven't reached that level yet. You know, the last time when I said it here, people saw it quite inflammatory. I don't want to go that route.
But is it something that you want to see happen? Even though you don't want to go that route, but do you want Mr. Cummings put behind bars or to go to a school and teach the ethics of?
Do you have a problem with anybody going to school to teach? What
do you want?
The changing at a certain phase of the trial, I will determine the scope and direction of this case, and I'm weighing the evidence, I'm producing the evidence in court. Somebody asked me today and say, have you given the evidence? I'm producing the evidence in court.
For how long?
Well, I had a total of 34 witnesses, but I may dispense with some.
So why did you even consider in the first place, Mr. Solicitor General, Mr. Cummings not spending time behind bars, the 12 to 24 months, rather than going to, if you want to put it that way, community service?
The role of the prosecutor or prosecution is not necessarily to convict. It's to ensure that justice is served. And under our principle of law, acquittal is also justice. Do you agree with that? Okay. So let's assume that at the end of everything that Mr. Cummings is acquitted, or the state decide to enter, for example, to abort the trial for some reason, for some manifest necessity. I say assuming without a meeting, I'm saying Sunday, that in itself is still a form of justice in itself. But as we're proceeding now, the evidence, I'm glad. Gentlemen, I'm really glad. I'm very zealous. No, I'm so excited that the woman, the witness was so calm. He's so intelligent. That's the kind of witnesses we need to produce in the trial. You know, he's a former constitutional vice president. Everybody agrees with that.
The school in question, is it in Monrovia or in another county?
Oh, where I wanted Mr. Cummings to teach? Yeah. Well, I think I'm trying to have a second thought on that.
So you want him now to go to prison?
No, I'm still producing evidence anyway. Right. But if it means it reaches a point, even if we get a conviction here, that is not the end of the road. Mr. Cummings will appeal the conviction to the circuit court. If we get a conviction there, affirmation of the conviction, Mr. Cummings can appeal to the Supreme Court. It's a long rope.
What if this time I turn around? What if it goes the other way around?
No, I don't. I never get involved in the case and it turn around.
So you know this is ironclad, this is bulletproof for you.
Whenever I come to court, whenever you see the Solicitor General is in court, celebrate because there's a winning case.
Honorable Sifas, my last question to you. If you were to pick a county for the school, will you pick Montserrat or Maryland? Which county would you pick for Mr. Cummings to go?
Well, all the political subdivisions are part of the Republic of Liberia.
Which will you pick, sir?
What do you think? Cape Town will be better?
No, sir, I'm asking which county would you pick?
No, which country are you from?
The Solicitor General is not going to answer that question. He's definitely not going to answer that question.
Liberia has a serious problem right now, and that's taking on a number of issues. Foremost among them is the issue of corruption. And this is an issue that we are seeing across the board, not just in Liberia, but in other places. And for me, corruption is an act of robbery, plain and simple. It's a cancer in our societies. It is government stealing from the people of Liberia, from the mouths of children.
It takes away access to health care. It denies citizens their right to public safety. It stops young people of Liberia from getting the education they deserve. It takes the future away from them. It prevents this country from having the healthy business environment that it needs to lift Liberia out of poverty. It has denied Liberia its place in history, a successful and prosperous country with so many resources to contribute to its people's well-being. Corruption is a democracy killer, and we cannot have that in a place like Liberia, which we're counting on as a bulwark for Africa's democracy. To me, this is the most pressing, it's the most forward-looking challenge facing Liberia today.
Look, a benevolent dictator, meaning somebody like who alone can sit in the room and make a decision can change the country faster. This is what's happening in a lot of the Asian dictatorships where the benevolent dictator just say, okay, you know what, I don't hear what the other people say in a view. I won't build that road and I'll put the money there. Because so now you say you want to build a road, so go do the land, everybody start democratizing the decision, then you slow. But we need tough decisions, so let's reorient this whole government. The president will now have that resounding mandate for people to be afraid of him. So this is the mandate that you want to give him this December 8th.
Constantly threatening the states, constantly inciting people. I want to be clear. We will now tolerate those kind of citizens, those that constantly insulting the president. I want to be clear that after this, there will be no citizen in this country, and I can defy you that will ever insult the president and think he will walk in the street peacefully.
If no one will do that, the youth league under our watch will protect the democracy of this country. I want to say to you the reason we call so that you cannot be surprised. And don't think because I serve as a mayor, we will be on the front burner. We will lead our people that we led them before. And whatsoever you are, we will also be there and we'll meet in flesh and blood. So as Liberians, and to see exactly whether you got the capacity to threaten our peace. Thank you very much.
Isoja nomkondo wesizwe Bowamudawa mapuni Afrika Isoja nomkondo wesizwe Bowamudawa mapuni Afrika Solomoni Iyo Solomon Solimatang Iyo Solomon Solomoni Solimatang Waye Isoja nomkondo wesi Bowamudawa mapuni Afrika Waye Isoja nomkondo wesi Bowamudawa mapuni Afrika Solomoni Solimatang Solomoni Solimatang Isoja nomkondo wesi Bowamudawa Afrika Waye Isoja nomkondo wesi Bowamudawa Afrika Solomoni Solimatang Solomoni Solimatang Solomon, Maye Isocha, Isocha no controversy, Oamulawa, Africa, Maye Isocha, Isocha no controversy, Oamula, Africa, Solomoni, Solomon, Solimatangu, Solomoni, Solimatangu, Maye Isocha no controversy, Oamulawa, Africa, Maye Isocha no controversy, Oamula, Africa, Solomoni, Solimatangu.
All right, folks. Again, we are here this morning. First and foremost, we want to say sorry we could not come out yesterday due to some work and family engagement. And in addition to that, my buddy, Mr. Kamara, is not on this morning due to similar reason. Okay, so you're sorry about that, but we'll continue whenever our God gave us the permission to be here. And our everyday in America, we call it ADL, Activity of Daily Living. Allow us to be here. We will be here, and so far so good. We are grateful to our God and for successfully ending the day, went to bed and wake up happy. So we tell God, thank you for that. God, all praises and glory belong to you. So, folks, let's go to name recognition because we promised we're going to do that. So, our first person on today that came on by the time anybody is my own uncle, John Fowler. All right, Uncle, thank you. And welcome on board, Uncle Fowler. Okay, so we also got Edema B. Cooper. Welcome on board. Good morning and welcome on board. We got Bisse Waxing Widow. Welcome on board watching us from Delaware. That's a small state in America. We got David Booker. Good morning, Barry Francis. Welcome on board. Flomo Livingstone. Welcome on board. You are the man. All right. And then we got Florence Kingsley. Big sister. Welcome on board. And who next do we have here? We got Justin Man, our regular contributor, I can say, because he does a whole lot. So, folks, please share the show. All right? All right, so we got Justin Man on today. Thank you for coming, my friend. All right, we got, who next do we have here? We got Tapla Pupo. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your name very well, especially Lions, I'm sorry. But Tapla is saying here that Yeke, I don't blame you. I blame President WEAH'S who did not bring the war crime code. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeke have called for war crime code and other folks, other Liberians, including myself, but your president did not bring the war crime code. Maybe the allegation against him by Yeke and Alexander Cummings that he actually supported Model could be true because CDC 12-year opposition, they took casket to symbolize other leaders that contributed to war and economic crimes in our country, including Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. And she was alive and she was president at the time when CDC promoted the issue of establishment of war crime code that they're going to end impunity in Liberia. Another thing they talked about was the issue of anti-corruption, but we are now getting the real seditions now. We now get to know the real George Weah, not the George Weah that play on the page of the fields and circuit in Liberia and other part of the world. But we are seeing the real political George Weah now. So even the allegation, people becoming to believe it now because folks told us, seditions in the high places, that Joe Weah had at least $84 million. If he supported Model, it's possible his money got finished, and that's why we see him do what he's doing. I will believe that too. Until he can prove us wrong, then we stand with that. Okay, so Tapla, you are right. Yeke is calling for war crime court. Maybe he too could be in prison, but he want to have a space where he can go and exonerate himself. But other people, including Joshua, your own man, he's not willing to go to court. You see that even though the Constitution gave him some form of immunity at this point under 61, until he's no more president. So why he's scared? Bring a war crime court. America said they're ready to support 100%. But Joshua and his government, they're not ready. Any legislation they want, any change they want, Joshua himself can put it together, ask people, the lawyers at the executive mansion, they put it together and send it to the House and they put money on it. They lobby. Our own lobby there. We will bribe the lawmaker. Our own lobby. We don't talk to them to make them to understand that this bill will help our country in the interest of national security, in the interest of our people, in the interest of development. When he got ready to remove Kabina Janneh, it was not no letter business. He didn't talk that point talk at the airport. No. He just did what he needed to do and then removed Kabina Janneh. When he got ready to dissolve the Anti-Corruption Commission, the LACC, he did the bill and put money on it and sent it. But when it came to war and economic crime, he wrote something on a kangaroo letter and sent it to the people. Then he come to talk that loose talk. Hey, I sent letter. I already open conversation. No, Mr. President, we don't want you open conversation. We want you to pass to influence piece of legislation that will create a framework for us as Liberians to establish a war crime code. And that framework should have every piece of what we want. If we don't want a war crime code to be established in Liberia, we can do it this way. We establish a war crime code for Liberia with a different setting, including the Hague. All right? Our partners, including the U.S., I want to help her. We are a sovereign country, which is true, under international law. Okay? They cannot get kind of join inside. We will have to create the condition. And that first step is to come up with that piece of legislation. They say war crime code must be created. And then we lay out everything that we're supposed to do. But you're not ready for it because you say you supported the war. You use your football money to support Model to take Charter out. So now you're there. You're doing the same thing what Charter did. So that's good. We got Wallerton Phillips. Welcome on board. So my brother Tapla, you are right. Joe, we are not waiting because he said supported the war. Yeah, Tapla, no, not Tapla. Wallerton Phillips, thank you for joining us. We got Samuel Williams. Thank you for joining us. My own best friend, Ophido M. Lewis, is listening to us this morning. Thank you for joining us from Liberia. We got David Eto Wilson. Thank you for joining us. My own ambassador is also with us here. Ambassador Boakai Dole, the Donyans of the Minister of Foreign Affairs. And we got Florence Colley is also with us. And Florence is saying, I think she's talking about Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She is a politician. She will never agree with her wrongdoing. That is who they are. My sister, that is who they are. And that's why the country is the way it is. Whether Liberia will go forward or not, I believe strongly Liberia will go forward, but it's not going to be at any reasonable speed. That's my own belief. We'll go forward, but with these kind of people, especially George Weah, people are so much disappointed in George Weah. Seriously? George Weah? Especially the young people. People can't believe it, but it is real, my people. It is real. All right? So, Sister Florence, that is why it is. And then I got my own boy here. God is my hero. Mama, you're not on the clock this morning. Then you jump. Oh, okay, no problem. Whether you're on the clock, you're not on the clock. That's okay. God is my hero. Thank you for joining us. Please share the show, folks. Please share the show. If I forget you, I beg you, just forgive me, okay? And not on purpose. Evangelist Ta, welcome on board. We got Joe Swakali Jr., welcome on board. Then we got Vata P. Bale, regular follower, welcome on board. We got Edwin Dupo, welcome on board. I'm watching you from my village in Nimba County, Electoral District number 4. Republic of Liberia, thank you, my friend. Thank you. Welcome on board. Yeah. And then Evangelista said, so far, Honorable Yeke Koluba is the most consistent and truthful man in that country called Banana Republic, Liberia. Yeah, you are right. He remains consistent. Yeah, he is. Whether you like it or not, he remains consistent. Nabia Masako, welcome on board. Good morning, family. Yeah, we are here. We were not on yesterday, but we are on today. So we thank God for that. All right, Daniel Mimba, welcome on board, watching from Pennsylvania, my home state. Wilmon Gue, watching from Magibby County. Yo, man, that corruption can come and Natana Maggie, the way you go petition that man, we'll come with that tomorrow, so we hear from our people. Henry Avery, thank you. Yeah, welcome on board. That King Kong, corruption King Kong guy. Natana Magera, gone to Mike Gibby. I don't know why the people see behind the government job. They say government don't get nothing, but they can't lead the government job. America sanction you, then you're trying to hire now to go to parliament. What kind of country is this? I thought when people steal, and they say they didn't steal, and they probably accuse them, I thought they can be worthy to go to court. You go to court, you go and exonerate yourself. Unlike Liberia, that's what made Liberia so interesting. It's a different part of the world. When people are accused of wrongdoing, they go to solicit the votes of the people, to go to the parliament to hire. What kind of country is that? I thought Natana Magay, saying that it's a misidentity, supposed to pursue the legal framework through the sanction regime to see whether they actually make sense. That they use the wrong name and the wrong information, including his diplomatic passport information, that it is not him, because that's what he's saying. But instead, he got to Mike Gibby, he went to Bopolu for where he was born, he can't make it there. For whatever reason, I don't know. He goes to Bon County where he built homes, according to him, and give people free money, somebody stealing money, and he sell it on camera. He's not going to Bon County now. All right? Now he come to Mike Gibby now. Then he see small like that. Then he said his wife is a Bassa woman, something like that. Because they get few Bassa people in Mike Gibby, they get better people there. They even got Bunny people in Mike Gibby too. Especially financial area. Including the capital city, Kakata. We got a whole Bunny community there. So, are you killing me? You go to seek petition? You stole. You use government public money. You took money from people to give them job. We can call some of them name here. I'm not going to do that. Because some of them are my friends. They're giving money to give them job for job where to appoint it. CDC chairman Mobile Moru said it. America didn't lie on you. America did not miss your identity, my friend. Live with the reality. If you think America makes your identity, don't go to Magibby, don't go to Boporu, don't go to Bon County to solicit the vote of the people because they are ignorant and they are hungry and they got no hope, even though you promised them hope. Change for hope and hope for change. We don't see no change besides stealing. Why can't you go to court or pursue the legal process with United States Treasury Department to remove your name, to review your sanction, to eventually remove your name, send a message that somebody else did that? It's a missing identity. Shame on you, Natana Magay. He's my big brother, best friend, but they ain't friend no more because he's a criminal. Let me just say that for free. We do same way, welcome on board. We do welcome on board, and then Facebook user, welcome on board. Thank you for coming, but folks, I beg you, please share the show. Thomas G. Colley, welcome on board. Yep. Yeah, man, these people are very much annoying. They are so much criminal minded. You know? I think so far so good. Hey, so my people, I beg you. Let me get off the politics small. Let me use this public manner or public platform to just say a big congratulations to my big brother and his wife And I'm going to call their name for security reason, just so you know. My big brother and his wife, let me say a big congratulations to them. On Sunday, they renewed their matrimonial vows. It was fabulous. It was fantastic. And I think it is super rewarding. He is a CEO of our small family business, but for security reasons too, I'm not going to call the business thing. I'm just sorry. Some people don't like this. And I want to keep it just like that. You know? But in this public manner, I want to say, big brother, big congratulations. And all my followers, y'all please say big congratulations to my big brother. He's the CEO of our small family business in the Republic of Liberia. For security reasons, I'm not going to call his name. I'm not going to call the business name. But you know what? He's doing good. They just renew it. They say it's been so good. God has been so good to them to stay together with almost no wahala. All right? Almost no wahala inside. So the family told it wise to say, you know what? We need to renew it to tell God thank you and call all our family members and friends, you know, to join us to tell God thank you for this level of being good to us. So big brother, in this public manner, I want to say congratulations on behalf of our platform, on behalf of my little children, and in my own name. We say congratulations big time to you and your fabulous, authentic wife. All right? So that is that. So folks, we're done with that. So the second thing is the issue of the DV 2024 DV. Those of you that have sent me good picture, I played for you already. You got result already. I sent you the confirmation page to your phone or the medium you use to get to me. We're done with that. So I got some people that sent me information yesterday. I have not played their own yet. So by the grace of God, I'm going to work on those ones starting today. But please, according to the calendar here that I'm looking at, Saturday the 5th will be the last day I want anybody to send me information about DV 2024. November 5th is the cutoff point. After November 5th, 2022, Saturday, do not send me any information to play DV for you. DV 2024. Please, I beg you. Everything I get and up to that time, you can send it. I will play for you. By the grace of God. We'll play. And we'll send you your confirmation through the medium you get to us. All right? That is that. The reason that is simple. By the 8th of November, DV playing time will be closed. So I don't want to have additional information I need to enter into the system. You be thinking, say I done it, I didn't do it. No, I don't want my good intention to turn bad. Please, I get begging you, okay? And don't forget, those of you that still want to send me information, don't forget, let the picture be good with white background. 600 by 600 and 1200 by 1200 pixels. All right? When you're sending me the information, your full name, your date of birth, your place of birth should include city, not just the country. If you were born, for example, at EAWA Hospital, that is Spinsway. The city is Spinsway. That's not EAWA. EAWA, that is hospital. We're not going to put that there because the system is asking for city. If you finish high school, just say high school. If you did some college courses, say some college courses. If you finish college, you get a degree, that's good. College degree. So that place of birth, you really got to look there. Make sure you indicate the city. The city where you were born. If you're born in Ganta, you put Ganta there. The county will be Nimba County. Once you put Ganta there, I already know the county. If you were born in Lofa County, maybe Kolahun or Kolahun Hospital, just say Kolahun. Don't forget your date of birth because everything we put in the system, you got to remember it. In addition to that, the confirmation page doesn't show your month of birth when the application is submitted. It only shows the year. So don't be confused about that. If you do not have a birth certificate and passport at this point, make sure and keep that record straight. Because if you win, that record is going to go back. And when you have it conflicting, that disqualification already. I just providing you the free education. This is what the Department of State says. And not me. I just giving it to you. You cannot have conflicting information, my people. You got to have it consistent. Those of you that already have birth certificate done and passport and the information you sending me, if from there, you are good to go. You don't need to do anything. You're fine. But those of you that have not done your birth certificate and passport and that your date of birth you're giving me, you got to already keep it solid because the confirmation page ain't going to show it. And don't forget, if you get email, include it. So when you win, Kentucky Consular Center will send it to you, to your email. Those of you that don't have it, create one. You don't have to pay money for it. Go to Internet Cafe and create one Gmail account. Or maybe Yahoo, or maybe, Outlook. They got different ones. It's free. Just pay the people. If you get smartphone, you can do it on your phone. Once you got data on it, you can do it. Better stay here because we have decided to help. We use our business email address, but just to give you some sort of privacy. So we can't be into your business, even though we're helping you. So when you win, we don't have to know about that. You want to know, no problem, we can know, but we just don't want to know it like that. All right, that is that. So make sure the information is correct. Your name, your full name, your date of birth, your place of birth should include city. If you have a child, the same thing. You got to make sure that child name is correct, your date of birth is correct, including city. Forget about country or county. You put the city there, I will know. Because myself was born and raised in Liberia, so I know. And you see what I'm talking? So I know it already. All right, most cities in Lofa County, I know it. Once you put it, I will know where is that. Okay, so the same thing. If you're adding child or children, you got to send me their information and their picture with white background, the same size. If you marry, of course, the same thing. And you got children, you put the children there, your wife or your husband, the information got to be there with picture. Everybody needs picture. That's what that means. All right, and just so you know, the State Department says you got to be 18 years. That's number one requirement. Number one requirement, you got to be 18 years. And number two requirement, you got to finish high school. So the principal applicant to play DV must be 18 years of age plus you finish high school. That's it. If your wife finish high school, then the person be principal applicant and you not finish high school. If you the man, you finish high school, and your wife not finish high school, you can be principal applicant. And you can actually be in high school. Like, for example, you in 12th grade this year. You in 12th grade already. Before the DV result come on May, your 12th grade story almost done because we understand that test time. So before that whole process finish, you can literally get your WEAH'S certificate and you don't even need it. Once you pass the test, WEAH'S and the U.S. Embassy already got memorandum of understanding. You go for the chip, doing your interview, the local age, you finish. So that's good. You can be in high school, but it has to be 12th grade. And you play it. All right? So that was America said, oh, that's not me. I'm just giving it to you. I read it on the State Department website. Every year they change it. Last year they had passport requirement. This year they say that brown people broke. They hope Judge William promised. They're not getting it. Hope for change and change for hope. The only change we see there is that the corruption has increased. And all the alien people then that were charged with some form of corruption going to court, Judge William dropped all the charges with no prejudice. So meaning, they can tell you, do this one. If you don't do it, they can pick up that case. That's what the legal man told me. That's what I mean. So my brothers and sisters, uncles and nephews, best friends, followers, political friends, on the DV issue, that is it. As of Saturday, November 5th, at quarter point, after 12 a.m. my time, or your time, don't send me DV paper again. I'll be done. Okay? So that is that. All right. So a few people join us. Saint Pada, thank you for joining us. Yes. Florence Taylor. Yeah. Buckeye Heron, thank you for joining us. Okay, that is that. So the second one, before we go to the real conversation, is my small commercial. You can't forget about me. I'm not going to forget about myself, okay? Kangoma Multi-Services Consulting, Immigration, and Financial Services. We are helping our community members and other people, especially Africans, because me too, I'm immigrant. I came on the DV. So that's why I'm so passionate about this. Offering our community members and African population in general. Those two are our targets, Liberians and other Africans. Affordable but quality immigration services. Want to do your U.S. citizenship? You want to file for husband, wife, minor children, adult children, and parents? Give her a call. You want to get your initial green card because you came to America, whether you male or you woman, you found love, you'll get married, we can use your marriage certificate to give you to do your adjustment of status. You want to do work permit paperwork, you want to renew your green card, or maybe you want to replace your green card laws. You want to do boyfriend and girlfriend paperwork they call fiancé visa. You want to do affidavit or support to support somebody that want DV, or maybe somebody did it, they're fighting for someone, but they don't have good income and it's a requirement anyway. Your paperwork still on with national visa or still on with immigration, you want to check the status to let you know what's going on or call on your behalf, maybe. Oh, that's small thing that we're able to do it. That's what we're here for. And we understand it because we were there before. And we done small training in addition to that and get an agency. So the number to call I 267-648-8012. 267-648-8012. 701-330-4693. 701-330-4693. So that is that, my people. This morning, I'm going to talk about, I'm really appealing to you folks. Those of you that are on now, please call. Let us discuss this thing. Let us make it interactive. I believe in participatory democracy. All right, that's what I believe in. So I really like for us to talk. Let us talk about it and call it a day. So, Liberty Party, headed by Nyobli Lawrence Kanga Lawrence, as a political leader, staged a protest last week at the National Election Commission headquarters, accusing the commission for not adhering to the Supreme Court directive regarding a conflict inside the Liberty Party, internal conflict that got Liberty Party split into two. The Nyobli Kanga Lawrence faction and Musa Bility faction coupled with Alexander B. Cummings of the ANC. It's been more than a year now. We all know the story. So the issue got dragged to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court came up with to a point where even offered their own library for the two faction or factional leaders to sit down and look at the constitution they are both using and all that stuff. According to Nyobli faction, they came up with an agreement in also collaboration or not collaboration in addition to Farmington MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. However, Election Commission have refused to endorse the revised constitution mandated by the Supreme Court of the Republic of Liberia. And coupled with multiple followers from the Nyobli Kanga Lawrence faction. And in addition to that, they also accused the chairperson, David Etter. I'm always missing these two names. David Etter Lasana Brown. And most people are seeing, especially from the media corridor, she actually comes from a very good family. And part of their family legacy is the issue of integrity and trust, according to so many people behind the scene, including the media. However, she has been manipulated. That's what they are saying. So, David Etter, Lasana Brown, was charged by LACC FAMA, Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, and she was processed through court, and Ministry of Justice took over the case. The since former Solicitor General. She went to court. She would have gone to prison, actually. We call it, we don't have police. Police in Liberia don't really pull hardcore people like Election Commission chair. So we call it prison. But in real time, on the basis of our system, our legal procedure is supposed to be police cell or withholding cell. Somewhere that you're supposed to be, and nobody come out to stand your bond. It could be insurance, it could be individual, permanent person. To stand your bond, where you're supposed to be to go through the trial, based on our system, even the system in America, to go through trial. So, after the trial, if you are convicted, that's when you are processed and you are sentenced. Officially, you go to prison. If the case is dismissed or you win the trial, then you are a free person. But if somebody stand your bond in a real simple way, then you can go home and be coming to court whenever your court date is due. That is what that is. So, David Etta Lassana Brown is so unethical. Very, very unethical. But these kind of things can only happen in Liberia. Bananas Republic. So, Musa Belede stood her bond. That thermometer, Election Commission thermometer thing, that's why former LACC came out with indictment and the Minister of Justice took it and processed it through court. Musa Belede, who is a party to the Liberty Party conflict, is the one that stood David Etta Lassana Brown bond. How can you do that? And all these things were orchestrated in real time, and they are still orchestrated against the poor man from Foya District, Joseph Nyuma Boakai. Everything orchestrated against Joseph Boakai. For some reason, they can call corruption woman sitting now, that witchcraft old lady called herself Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. She do not want Joseph Boakai to be president anyway. She don't even want to see the ground that old man work on. What really happened between two of them, we don't know. Eddie is not coming up with, hey, Joseph Boakai is not telling us either. But Eddie went to United Party some point in time, was it last year or so, before they got rid of women pay, and she said she wanted to change her leadership before the whole issue of reconciliation. Because we saw her on camera, 2017, supporting George Weah campaign in Banga, Bon County. Road project that whole government work on in terms of raising money through the vice president office. She asked the vice president to lead that. And the old man went to Kuwait, and the Kuwaiti people decided, Kuwaiti government decided to find money for that road project because Joseph Boakai home. That road going to Joseph Boakai home. According to Joseph Boakai himself, Ambassador Boakai, on one of his interviews, everything got concluded before their second term ended. However, the project was actually in the making to get started because the money was available. They call it Kuwaiti Road Fund. Instead of Ellen using Joseph Boakai to go and break ground for that Lofa Banga Medekwama Highway Road, she invited George Weah to join her. Hey, my people. When we tell it here, just we hate the people. This level of hatred is not good. How can you do that, my people? We live in America. Obama campaigned for Hillary Clinton, sitting president, sitting United States president. It was not a crime and will never be a crime. To campaign for your vice president is not a crime. Obama campaigned for Hillary Clinton with all of his might. Hey, God. Hillary Clinton didn't get it. Obama left based on constitutional tenure, United States Constitution, 2 terms. That's it. You're done. Obama again campaigned for Joe Biden, his former vice president. Hillary Clinton was not even vice president to Obama. She was just a sitting government official that resigned to run for office. She was Secretary of State. Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State, and Obama himself said it, that Hillary Clinton was the most qualified presidential candidate ever produced in American history. And that's true. This woman was how do you call it? First lady at the level of the state. Arkansas, right? If I'm not mistaken. When her husband became president, Bill Clinton. Left that and went to New York. Okay? She became senator. After that, she was already first lady. And she presided over universal health coverage, even though Clinton didn't succeed with that. As a first lady of the United States. And then she became, how do I call it? Presidential candidate. She was defeated by Barack. You see, this is the difference between us. When we disagree on politics and policy, we take it personal. We take it personal that we should kill ourselves. We should not find the ground the other person walk on. Hey God, we need to stop it. Hillary Clinton, I'm giving you a small American political history. Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden actually contested against Obama during the Democratic primary. My people, Joe Biden was actively in the Senate, representing Delaware, small state on the East Coast. Clinton was also in the Senate. Hillary Clinton. Obama won the Democratic nomination. What did Obama do? He selected Joe Biden as a running mate. And when he won the presidency, he appointed Hillary Clinton as Secretary of State, our equivalent Minister of Foreign Affairs. And Secretary of State there, and Secretary of Defense, Secretary of Treasury, this as a first line authority. And when you are even Secretary of State, you are so powerful because you represent the American government abroad. Secretary of State almost don't live in America. They're always in the air. America's foreign policy. The president is the architect and you are the implementer. You are the president's special messenger when it comes to the America's foreign policy. That's what Barack did. All right? He campaigned for Hillary. He campaigned for Joe Biden. Right now, as we speak, the midterm election in America will be next Tuesday, November 8th. Obama is going from state to state, campaigning for Democratic Party. Hey, God. Eddie says she wanted a level playing field, so she decided not to campaign for Joseph Boakai. However, she campaigned for Josh Weah. How can the party make you politically? They made you who you are today, former president, even though you didn't do well, as compared to the support that you got during your leadership. But that old lady is still bitter. She's so bitter in her heart. I can't get it. To a point where on her birthday, Joseph Boakai take her whole group to go speak to her. She even want to look at the mail. We can see it on camera. To her house in the living room. Hey, my people. Ellen Jennings said that witch crowd. Some of y'all that y'all auntie, some of y'all that y'all grandma. All of us that are former president. But that old lady is a witchcraft. Living witch. Can you imagine? Ellen says she can't campaign for Unity Party. What she have done recent time to disintegrate the CPP and Joseph Boakai chances of winning election? To tell all her former government officials to join the ANC. That's what she done. Because she stay holding fast to whatever happened between them. I don't know it. I was not there. And I'm very sure you don't know it too. And so many people listening to me this morning, they don't know it. Only 2 people know what's up. Joseph Boakai himself and Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Whatever happened between them to a point where Ellen Johnson Sirleaf does not want to see the ground that Joseph Boakai work on politically, we don't know until they can tell us. That is that. CDC people, they say they will be renominating George Weah as their presidential candidate by December. That is not my interest. My interest is our patriotic national thing. The Lone Star. Y'all listen to Prince Johnson. I didn't get that clip. We got it here, but I couldn't just do everything. Prince Johnson said if this man had up to $94 million prior to election and prior to him becoming president, what did he do with it? He smoked it, right? He used bulk of that money to buy arms and ammunition. According to Cummings, according to Yeke Colbert, according to Prince Johnson, to support the war in Liberia, the last war. Portion of the support went to law forces, and they got separated because George Weah came from the southeast. He decided to use the banner money for model establishment. That's what the people are saying. I was not there. That's what they say. Let George Weah exonerate himself from this public opinions by telling American people we're ready for the court. Let us pass piece of legislation for him to exonerate himself. Let establish the War and Economic Crime Court. Let George Weah go to court and exonerate himself that he didn't support no war. He's a peaceful man. But again, it's going to be difficult because he's corrupt. I can guarantee you 99.9%. Everything George Weah doing now, that money that he had. That money that he got as a result of presidency. You're listening to Mobile Moru, right? They may go to countries. Solicit money. The money come, he divert it. That's what Moru said. His own chairman. His own political party chairman. If George Weah, and this is a fact, and I know that's why the young people are so disappointed. Under George Weah, full-body president, Lone Star could not even play a single game in our home country because the SKD were messed up. And who messed SKD up? It was George Weah and the CDC. George Weah and the CDC. When Ellen came to power, the Chinese people helped us to renovate SKD. But what did they do to SKD? George Weah took his, how they call it, inauguration there. The damaged page. 1 year after inauguration, they went by there, even though we didn't see that number of crowd anymore. They carried the bar Satan on there. Y'all know that, right? Why we couldn't do it at ATS? Or why they couldn't carry small development somewhere around the corner there for the place to look good because they are ruling party. At the end of the day, FIFA came in and said our football fee not correct to play football there, international football. Under the watch of George Weah. We didn't play a single game until we got done in Liberia because the football people were not correct. Under football, man. Somebody who spent 22 years playing football, they become president. We can't play a game in our home country. George Weah was a member of the Lone Star and later became technical director of the Lone Star for years, including Chancellor days. But under his watch, single game to qualify for World Cup or African Cup, whatever cup, we couldn't play there. That's another disappointment to those young people that thought sport could bring development for us. Now, this is my concern, and it should concern you. Because the Lone Star is for all of us. It's not for CDC. It's not for George Weah. The Lone Star for everybody, and they carry our national pride, my people. It is disheartening. The nomination, George Weah nomination a re-nomination to run for president, because he's the only one going to run for president inside the CDC anyway, is scheduled to be here at ATS. Our football field was just again qualified by CAF or FIFA as a good place to play football. Now, CDC-led government headed by George Weah is going back there to go damage the page. The real ground. Because they spend our money, our resources to fix it. Before they could finish fixing it, they get over. So they're going to damage it again next month, December, for nomination. I'm very sure that nomination is going to be very poor. We saw it the last time, right? The popularity just where you don't have it anymore, because majority of the young people didn't know he was this criminal mandate. Now we know. Now we know. So the issue now is that's another form of corruption. They go back to that SKD, they fix it already, use our resources, other international partners, including the Chinese, according to what I gather, help to fix it. Now they're going to spoil it again. So they put money in the budget, then they go take it. Because after the next election, they will not be there anyway. Whether Joseph Boakai leadership will prosecute it or not, we don't know yet. He said he will prosecute everybody. Impunity will be laid to rest. That's what Joseph Boakai is saying to us. Until he can get there, impunity is the hallmark of our day. That's why we see Nathaniel Magay, Bekugbe number 2 Trawe, going to Riverside, Magay going to Magibi, crying wolf that people don't want George Weah to succeed. But you were Minister of State and Presidential Affairs, for Presidential Affairs. You begin the Prime Minister of Liberia, the most powerful government official in our country. What were you doing? If you say you didn't do anything wrong, why your own president suspended you? Why you resigned? You're supposed to stay there. You didn't do nothing wrong. If you are arrested by the police and they charge you, and you know you are innocent, you didn't commit a crime, don't worry about going to court. Go to court. Because that's the only place you can go to exonerate yourself or to clear yourself from the allegation. It's not to go to the voters, to go ask them to vote you in, to go to parliament and sit down. Because that's a new breeding ground for criminals. So they're going back to SKD next month to damage what they fix. They use our tax data to fix it. And those are my two concerns this morning under our conversation. So folks, I want to stop it there, okay? If you want to call, you can call now. If you want to send a comment, no problem. If you want to remain silent, you are also good to go. But at the end of the day, it's going to be on all of us, especially Liberians. Those folks that are sitting now waiting for investors to go to Liberia, they're on their own. Investors are not going to go there. I'm not judging you. You just let it go. It's done. So, folks, the number to call is 267-648-8012. I'm going to pin the number, but let me call it. I did it earlier. It's also at the top. You can get it from the show if you're watching us live. 267-648-8012. That's our WhatsApp number to call the show if you are outside of America. Again, our WhatsApp number to call the show is 267-648-8012. The regular number to call the show is 267-938-2801. 267-938-2801. Please don't get confused. Both numbers carrying 267. These are Philadelphia, Pennsylvania numbers. But we're good to go. All right, don't get confused. The WhatsApp number is anyway 8012. The direct number is anyway 2801. All right, so don't get confused. So, folks, I want you to call. I'm ready to pick up your call. All right, let's get it going. We already gone 1 hour 36 minutes. Let's get it going. Maru Bolingo. Maru, thank you for joining us. We are here. Isaac Harris, thank you for joining us. Nina Boomba, thank you for joining us. Okay. And we got, who else do we have here? Okay. Okay. Jocelyn, thank you for joining us. Bill Carson, thank you for joining us. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Zulu Tango, thank you for joining us. Augustine T. Musa, thank you for joining us. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's go. Y'all call Fatu Zomboy, thank you for joining us. Fede Kemo, thank you for joining us from Pennsylvania. All right. So, folks, I beg you, even though you are watching, but we want you to share the show, please. All right, please share the show. All right, please share the show. Let me find some entertainment to, yeah, please share the show while we await callers to call. All right. Let me. When I can get the Gmail. Let me see whether I can find something. Let me go to Professor Jones Dopo, right? Yeah, my people, y'all call though. My people, y'all call. Oh. Let me go to the old man to offer us small entertainment, okay? While waiting for your call. Yeah. All right. So while we are waiting for that, all right. All right. Let me go to the old man. I'm not even getting. All right, the papaya. Sweet kasali. You take it from Peter to tell Paul, take it from you tomorrow, mama. Sweet, living is sweet, where the rich are poor. When I pray for a long fellow, he can pray for a long life. As long as they living, we'll get our first caller here. Let's listen to them.
Yeah, good morning. This is Malu calling from Fargo, North Dakota.
All right, brother, go right ahead. What is your take on the two topics this morning?
Yeah, the topic you brought out between Eddie and Eddie and JMB is something like JMB himself don't want to clear the airway to really tell us, but you always tell the people, even he appear on school on a lot of stations, you always tell the people that he had a good working relationship, they are cool. And you would tell from the body language whenever they appear, when the both parties are together, you would tell that they are not cool.
Yep.
But he will always tell us that they are cool. Many times you on radio station. So the old man has to really tell the public or the world that indeed this woman is evil, is bad, is wicked to the Liberian people and even he himself. From the day he started knowing this woman, even before being a vice president to her. But he don't want to. So people will just feel like it's okay. So that is my concern with that. And the thief, the ATL that you're talking about.
No, SKD, actually, SKD.
The SKD, you said they're going to use ATL. They're not going to use SKD again.
No. They are going back to SKD. The nomination for December, they're going back to SKD. I was just trying to say, but why they can't go to ATS instead of SKD?
There will be no international march.
Yeah.
It happened and you continue to repeat. Because the Martinez, after everything, they don't want to Martinez back. That is one of the major things. And they are now paying people for real. We got friends, we got family. And Josh, we are government are just being sustained in a way like our people should be depending on it. They put something in your pocket because you go say you don't want to get $500 profit. So they tell you, so we'll give you $10 to come on the ATM, on the fee. Boss will be available. Just made a way there. And people take the $10 yourself. When they are candy, they are few clothes to go and sell. They say, hey, I won't even make that profit. So you better I go and get our $10 equivalent or to get out some a month and come back home. So, but it just be society. You're not going to get a number that he ever got in 2005 in a senatorial election. He will never and ever. Trust me. So those are key issues I just want to stress on. And we hope that at least 2023, our people, our voters will really mean business and give George William one thing. And that is will tell the various politicians that are contesting for presidency that Liberians are off for business. If I get there, I don't do well, that's how they're going to get me out for one thing. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother, for that brilliant contribution. We appreciate it, okay? So, folks, that was our first caller. You can call. The topic this morning is, what do you make of the protest held by Liberty Party political leader, Senator Nyobli Konga Lawrence, last week? And also, they issued just we are renomination at the SKD to damage our football field again. Yeah, call and drop it on us. I was just making analysis, connecting the dots. How cruel these people are to our people. You see Eddie Jennings said it over there. I can't just stand them. I can't stand these people. They are so annoying. I just printed the number of my people. I printed the number, so the two numbers are up there. The regular number to call the show direct and the WhatsApp number. So please call and drop us your contribution to the show this morning. But while we wait, we will go to Professor Jones Dopo. Sweet cassava leaf is not for good alone. Quality or power is heavy, but it's a crooked. It can cancel anytime. All right? The breeze that can disgrace the chicken can come from the back. We got our second caller here. Good morning, caller. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Hey, Francis, how you doing? This is Bokai calling from Iowa.
All right, bro. Bokai, go right ahead. I'm doing fabulous. My God is good to me.
Yeah, you see, it's so hard to believe that John Weah, after all the years, promises made to Liberians, is now saying that Liberians should petition him for second term. I mean, I don't understand, because this is very real, because in most instances all throughout the history of the presidency, what you do is what we campaign for you.
But Jeff, before you go further, my brother, can I just put small thing on it, right? Did you listen to George Weah when he came to New York recent time during the General Assembly? When he got done, he went to kiss his door, right?
Yeah.
But before he went to kiss his door, he had a small town hall, quote-unquote, CDC standard meeting. He told seditions in New York that the people said they will not vote for him again, they will not vote for him again. The first time he do nothing, 2017, they voted for him. This time he already become president. I think they will not vote for him. So what about that?
Yeah, you see, this is how also we Liberians also we have to be very mindful of bringing people to power that have done nothing. It always happening. Liberians always elect government officials, especially for the parliament and also for the presidency, of people who have not done nothing to the country, who have hurt the country more than ever before, and this comes hitting them back. Whenever these people get into power, it hurt the country more than ever before. our international partners just look at the country as people that are very unserious. Those who will be at our SKD sport complex, or I don't SKD sport complex.
They're going to pay all of them. They're going to give them money.
Yeah. They to petition the president for second term to first of all ask themselves, 6 years from the time to now have my life changed? What have been added to my life? And if something is added to your life, then you can go to SKD. No matter the amount of money they're going to give you. So that's what I think is my point here. And another point is I'm also employed Senator Sanga for her bravery to march to the Election Commission office as a sign of protest to tell the Reserve Brown that, hey, remember something. We went to war not because Liberians were suffering, not because water was not in the country, not because the electricity was not in the country. No, we went to war because of injustice, because of corruption. We went to war. It was not because Liberia were. In fact, Liberia was the transit point for most of Africans coming through to come to the United States. So Liberia were not suffering, but because of those injustices and those corrupt laws, and people who continue to suffer our people were tired with that, and they came to war. Now, I urge the Reserve Brown to be very mindful, very careful of what she does. Liberians are tired of war. Liberians are tired, and they want to move forward. They want to move forward. And those people who are sitting there and playing with the Liberian people should be very careful, because we are watching them keenly. Liberians are watching them keenly, and they should be very careful. Thank you. Thank you for the show.
Please don't forget, share the show, okay? Share it with all of your contacts, please. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Good morning, Cora. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Well, my name is Good Tango. I'm calling from Minnesota.
All right, my brother, go right ahead. Lay on us. You know the topics already, right? Last week, Liberty Party protest and CDC renomination as SK Sport Complex to damage our football field again, so they can put corruption money in the budget and go after it. What is your take?
Well, first for me, I applaud the Liberty Party for their protest and their work for help. The petition is just waiting for an EC to respond to the petition that was submitted to them. But then for the CDC people, actually, I don't want to really respond to that. I want to respond to this morning of Henry Costa. I don't know this well. Very similar when it comes to politics. This guy, sometimes you think immature. This guy said that I don't know why you have to even talk about, you have to talk between Yambri Kangalaro and Charlie when it comes to political issues. He was there saying that in fact, I used to support Charlie, blah, blah, blah. He supports Charlie. Charlie is supporting Musability and Akun. And you is supporting Ambassador Joseph Human Park. Charlie will be campaigning. Charlie will be campaigning. And Charlie is also supporting Victoria for the senatorial race in Montserrat. Henry Poster, you are supporting Charlie in Grand Bazaar, but she's not going to support it in Montserrat. Because everywhere, Kumi and Belete-Go, and there was Charlie first is going. So if we be supporting Charlie in Grand Bazaar or representative, and she's supporting Victoria in Montserrat, Tiago says it's very stupid. This boy can just jump, but this morning he just make the whole show to be like, he just make everybody like, feel somehow about it. Politics is not about all interest. Politics is not about friendship. Politics is about interest. You don't have to be professional or this, that. If folks are listening to Ben Sandy on Spoon Show, because Ben Sandy start to talk about him, I feel not supposed to post that. Ben Sandy is not going to go to that level for poster. Spoon Show is not going to go to campaign and get poster. The poster is getting very stupid. this brother, he doesn't listen to people. JMP to be careful. Process is pretty double E. And the people of Montserrat, the thousand people are watching in Montserrat, they are all listening. If you try to play a double E, I'm just going to beat the hell out of you. Thank you.
My brother, thank you. But you know what I got to say about that?
No.
Let me tell you something, my friend. Based on our politics, our political system in Liberia, there are a lot of people who don't really come from the background of governance and background of political science. I just like to keep it on the basis of our fundamental laws in Liberia, which is the Constitution, which call for fundamental rights. You can decide to support who you want to support. You can decide to go where you want to go. You can decide to live where you want to live. You can decide to make friends with people or not to make friends with people. But just on the personal basis, like certain things that I don't like or I like, certain things you just got to be silent on it. No need to say anything. You know, because it is conflicting that you are one of the biggest muff when it comes to supporting Joseph Boakai. Okay? You are one of them. Okay, somebody is supporting the other side. That's just my personal take on the issue, okay? On the issue of Costa. And I know a lot of people watch Costa's show. I'm very. And sometimes he says stuff and come back to apologize, which is also nice. But how many times are you going to apologize? But I don't think he's going to apologize for this because that he right to do what he want to do, including me. So, but this is the disconnect. Charlene said she's not supporting anybody specifically. However, she got interest in contesting on her father's ticket in Grand Bassa County for representative seat. And therefore, she sent down formal communication to the party secretary and the chair. According to her, that's what the Constitution says. Their party constitution. She didn't say I supporting Musa Belede. Let me just end quickly. She did not say in that official letter that she's supporting Musa Belede or she's supporting Nyobli Kanga. However, she went on to say the revised constitution that the Supreme Court justice presided over, it is not yet in effect because the National Election Commission have not endorsed it. So therefore, she contesting and it is required on her part and everybody that want to run for office to do just that, to apply officially, to let the party know that they are declaring intention and they have interest. So, but, I mean, I don't know, but different person, different.
And then, Bility are already given for the green light, and Bility is the one because when the election commission is playing in, Bility, in the instrumentality of ability, if you get a certificate to be rather not to run in the district 3, and then the CPP is supporting her, but then ability was supporting, Alexander was supporting, and then you can be against that, say, oh, because you got supported for I want to support another candidate, or they will support you and you sit down, you put your hand. It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Say, oh, Pastor will be divided. Don't believe Pastor will carry this, I will carry mine. These are the things that are depending on Charlene for us. And I mean, it's a serious battle. I don't think Charlene even got a number to.
But I don't even think Charlene can win Grand Bassa anyway. I just, because we just started knowing about her when her father died.
Right.
Yeah, politically, she's not really savage. And Nyobli said again on Class Reloaded that Charlene usually go to her house to go hug her. In fact, she is her mentor. So the conversation is so contradictory. Because we mix this politics with our family life, with our friendship. That's the problem. And that's why I personally decided to stay away from that. When I come on this platform, I put on my political jacket. When I get out, I'm a different person. And that is why it is. But there are a lot of people not doing that. Personal friendship, family life. If my family member supporting Peter, I should support Peter. No, I'm not going that way. Let me support who I want to support, and you can support who you want to support. The only thing you're not going to get out of me, in my good way to you, maybe I will not give it, maybe. But maybe I will give it, I don't know, different person, different way of life. So that's how we just continue.
If it's not wrong, independent, the law, if it's that though, I mean, she doesn't wear if you go to business side, it will become a noise. Go to young people side, they will say, oh, you know, she's supporting young people, or she's supporting this person. So if you just go at independent, I mean, the party is not the problem. The human being, the person you pay on the ballot is the problem. If you go wrong, people are yet to pull back there. Go at independent. The one with margin.
Yep.
They were going on it. I think they get it now. But I mean, the fully understand the people the party can help you. The party can never help you. If you put on like you go on a party stage, you're still going to be a loser.
Yep. That is the truth. That is the truth.
Yeah. So I mean, thank you very much for our friends. I keep listening to the show.
All right, my brother. Please share the show. Don't forget, okay?
All
right. Thank you for your contribution. All right, folks. We are still waiting for calls. Call us and share your perspective. We are discussing George Weah renomination and Liberty Party protest last week at the National Election Commission headquarters, and also petition given to international partners, including diplomatic embassies in Liberia, accredited near Liberia, actually.
Just like a volcano, they pray to capsize. Sweet, that's our liver. Not for go along. You must be can eat it. Or we just can eat it.
Or a creature can eat it.
It's our liver. It's our liver. Not for go along. You take it from me that today, God will take it from you tomorrow, mama. You take it from me right today, mother will take it from you tomorrow. Play your fever. What people do to you, you got to cry. I don't know for one person, it's a matter of time. I've done is a lesson, yeah, but it is I have. Sweet kids, our liver, not for going long, mama. Human being can eat it, the deer can eat it. I could tell a liver.
Good morning, caller. What is your name? Where are you calling us from?
Yeah, Mr. President, here from Virginia.
All right, my brother, lay on us. What is your take based on the two topics? Liberty Party protest last week, held by Nyombli Kanga Lawrence, and George Weah renomination at the SKD to damage the SKD sport complex again. The message done too much, so he got to go back. He got to go for another 6-year term. So
yeah, but the man never go back for another 6 years. Let me tell you about the young Kanga protest here. The Unity Party protest. Let me tell you something. There is the reason why
it was Liberty Party, not Unity Party. Please.
Yeah.
It was Liberty Party, not Unity Party.
Yeah, I want to say the Liberty Party. Then the state will keep talking. You see, when the opposition is weak, you see the kind of disadvantage that can go on. And you see the kind of disadvantage. All that protest, that we're going to be done to get out of here. It's like if America don't talk to them, not do nothing. We have not do nothing. If America don't open their mouth to say something, nothing coming out of that protest. That one we've been talking, the opposition is so weak to the point that from the beginning of this time, when we have became president, if they were united and they were standing as one, if we have one hot water, they get hot water. If we have one cold water, they get cold water. Saturday, all this thing will not be happening. But they are so weak. And then now, how many times you want to go to the American embassy, to the international partner to present your case? You see, people that we are a criminal. You don't negotiate who we are. It is why you're supposed to unite and destroy and use the we are. We are being checked.
And no, they didn't do that. Allow me to tell you what protest and go there begging about it. So they're begging for my things, but before we are we do. That would never go find people say that. The SKD spoke complex. I think the last time people bounced for 3 years. Now, the Chinese people feel sorry for the same thing again. Now we are going to destroy it again. We are not care right now. You saw what we are doing in the data, right? If you take data and increase the price. So now, if we are will do whatever he wants. Remember, we are protected by the warlords in the country and in the government. You rearm all the rebel generals in the government, and the opposition started. They have brought the rebel generals in the government and rearmed them and pretended to say, "Oh yeah, they're protecting the state." No, that was the biggest mistake the opposition party made. Biggest mistake. So we are protected by the warlords. Anybody else to that they killed up a Nazi or let burgers is only. That's the only way. But other than that, they killed up a Nazi. And you saw all the killings that were in the country. But nothing, no justice from out of it. So for right now, the only thing I would tell the opposition is either unite and stay strong. Because 2023 is right in the corner. If they do not unite and stay strong, they will lose. And when they go to the work out of the American embassy, when they lose, when we actually they work out of the American embassy.
Americans say we got to do our own thing. We should seize the moment. America said we should seize the moment to hold our public official accountable, but we ain't doing it.
Yeah, but they're not doing it. The opposition weak. The men got out there between the boss. You know how the dog gets scared? They get put in the boss and start running. That's how the men do it. Joseph Walker, Comiso, Yuri, all of them. They got out there in the boss, they running. They said we are. But we are what the hell are they running? They're not united. They are not united. So if you're not united, they also fall. They are being united from the beginning. And we are in the check, and we are one hour. They getting our water. We are one go water. They getting force. We are what they get easy. They get easy. If they have started from the beginning, then they will not be the way I get it. But they didn't start when I $15 billion loss. The opposition side and added that part of the country, all of that side. They didn't say nothing. They didn't go to $25 million. Monster exercising for the $25 million.
Yes, I meant to say he put it in it.
If America are not going to say something, who tell the opposition are going to say anything? They're not going to say nothing. And the same opposition is saying in the House, they say in the Senate, but we are one, but we have any bill to pass. Then the same people can vote without Brian Evidence. We are getting Brian Evidence, they will vote, but we are, check, anything. You know, we are getting appoint people you want in the government without going for confirmation.
Yeah, you can use executive decision. Yeah.
And they can say that, we thought the mega gun. And they can say, I respect in the whole country that the only man can come and talk and fight, but nobody fight the way so you can make him weak because you want him up.
Yeah, he don't care just.
I will lie to you. If they would just put the opposite. If Manaseli and Charter they were the opposition, and we are in power.
Oh, tell them that we are gone. Tell them that we are gone.
They were not happy because they didn't know what to do to him. They didn't know how to come a small boy down. The Omer Parker can say, he took power, give it to a small boy.
Yeah.
And that's what
we took man's job and gave it to a boy.
All of that scary. So thank you for him, man.
All right, my brother. Thank you for the call. I use you. Thank you very much. All right, folks. We're going back to the old man until we call it a day. We're going back to the old man until we call it a day. I'm still accepting calls if you want to call. Go along. Human beings can eat it, all fishes eat it too. Sweet, living is sweet, where the rich are poor. When you pray for long fellow, you can pray for long life. I know where they living, the better we grow. You check it Yo, we are here now. You got it today. Uncle Baka will get it for you tomorrow.
They can make you heavy. Looking like a crookie, no. A way to capsize.
Way to capsize. I hope we are getting that.
What a brave long fellow. They always bring a long life. I know how to live it. The better we grow. My people. Sweet, sweet, kiss our liver. No go alone. After enough for one person, it's a matter of time. After this, let's say, brother, this like that. Oh, by the way, let me where my way go. Feel it in your road. I'm about to way up, papa, yeah.
Everybody do that some more. Let's do that some more. Everybody do that some more. Let's do that some more. Waya kupola. Waya moya waya kupola. Waya moya waya kupola. Everybody line up, grab a partner, let's do that some more. Everybody line up, grab a partner, let's do that some more. Everybody line up, grab a partner, let's do that some more. Are you ready? Come on, go left, right, go back, left, go back, right. That's how you do that some more. Oh, you do that some more. Oh, you do that some more. Oh. Ni makasaba, kalonia, kasaba, kalonia, kasaba, kalonia. Clara bebe sele ya blela le dindin ya kono ye menu bawundai. Kala le nyen sele ya lango le wefata kono ye menu bawundai. Clara bebe sele ya blela le dindin ya kono ye menu bawundai. Kala le nyen sele ya lango le wefata kono ye menu bawundai. Everybody do that some more. Let's do that some more. Everybody do that some more. Let's do that some more. Somewhere's a free music, yeah. Somewhere's a free music, yeah. You can do it anywhere, 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 anywhere. Hip hop. That's how you do that some more. Oh, you do that some more. Oh, you do that some more. Oh, go and get on board. Again, there y'all ain't looking what. My gay y'all want to y'all leave Colorado. Column la level 7. Column la level 7. Sigale ya bege. Sigale ya bege. Everybody line up, put your hands out like to the freestyle. Everybody line up, put your hands out like to the freestyle. Yeah, I'm on set ready. blessings, you call me blessings. These my blessings can all be touching. I know my level, my man, don't stress me. The puppy bless me, so I'm here to party. I want yellow zombie. I want body, I pro yellow zombie. Batting up and get yellow zombie. I got a party people dancing yellow zombie. Sanko, me I want to wear like Paco. Wake up, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the pepper. Wake up, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the pepper. I said nobody, I want party. I want you to go down low. I want you to find it slow. Mama, you rock the show. I'm ready to spend some more. And I'm gonna, you know, sit down, I'm gonna check it. See, I see no time for check. Man, I want you to dance like you really don't care. And do the dance for the zombie self. It's me and you, mama, no more stress. I want to dance, I feel myself. I want yellow zombie. I want body, I pro yellow zombie. Batting up and get yellow zombie. Got a party people dancing yellow zombie.
When I go t-shirt, they are the children money photo.
Yeah, that's
Do or die when they should get around. You know, when I won't blast me, they papa blast me. Guess what, blast me, you cannot stop me. The money can never go low. You say that I want no head low. Papa fire me on papa. Ragazano removing the star. I bless you, first go up, the transformer. My blessing full of respect.
I want yellow zombie. I want body, I pro yellow zombie. Batting up and get yellow zombie. I got a party people dancing yellow zombie. I said nobody, I want party. I want you to go down low. I want you to wind it slow. Mama, you rock the show. I'm ready to spend some more. And I'm gonna, you know, sit down, I'm gonna wait up, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the liquor. Wait up, bring the liquor. The poor man, someone spend the liquor. All right, folks, there is time for everything. There is time to work and there is time to relax. There is time to take a break. There is time to do everything. Yeah, everybody that came on, that you are staying on, I want to say thank you so much for joining us this morning. I think we had an authentic and rewarding conversation, all geared towards making Liberia a better place. That's all we come here for. Nothing else, nothing personal. It's just that things are not better. Even in the midst of this useful, somebody might say, President George Weah. I know we have many presidents younger than George Weah, because some people say Joseph Boakai is old. But let's go back to Samuel Kayando. I know the argument would be, oh, you know what? He took power by way of the gun, but he still went to election. He was young. It will go to history probably. We have so many presidents in our country that were young when they took over the leadership of our country. We saw what they did. Okay, that's fine. Okay, if we go to that, some people are going to say that we're one party system. So either way we do it, it's just like life as a whole. Common sense. Every single decision we take, we are here accountable. Either way. And there will always be consequences, my people. Any decision we take, whether the good decision, whether the bad decision, whether the good judgment, whether the bad judgment, there will always be consequences and we'll be here accountable for whatever decision we take. And that accountability could be maybe positive, maybe it could be negative. It just depends. So either way we carry this debate, it will still be some kind of answer coming from somewhere, from some other folks. So all what we are saying,
We are not a scientist that go in the minds of people, for the most part, to get to know actually what they're saying is what they really means that they will do. However, we are now the survivor and eyewitness, and we can for sure testify at any given moment who actually George Weah is and his cartel members. We know that for sure. George Weah, Kennedy George Weah, we were told he had up to $84 million. We were told. Africa best, Europe best, and world best. We were told this man will change our corner around from ugly to better. We also thought, now that we were told, we also thought that this man was born just like us and he grew us in our own community, Gibraltar, in Liberia, Cloudtown area. This man is our man. He is our generational brother. Since we have struggled so much in Liberia, that prosperity is nowhere around the corner for majority of us Liberians. We failed in our majority thinking. 2017 was the end of that. The fact that this man lived with us, 7 human beings, boys growing up in one room, sleeping on the floor, according to himself. This is a man that sat there and played Ludo with us. This is a man that went to La Papido, to Ikobo. This man will not be like the Congo people. This man will not be like Samia Kanyando. This man will not be like Ellie Johnson Sally. This man will not be like Dr. Richard Tauber. He will be just like us, and he will do everything for us because he is just like us. Everything that will better our situation, that will better our condition, it is this man, just Bakuba and Weah, that will do it for us. Because he didn't have to go to school to know the realities of the matter. He didn't have to read any book about it. He didn't have to watch any movie about it. He lived the realities of the matter. He used his God-given talent football to get to where he finds himself today. This man is our angel. This George Weah man, he's our redeemer. This George Weah will rescue Liberia after almost 170 years. Liberia have no problems from the common people, but Liberia have always had problems from the leadership, from the top. This is the time for us to end that. The young people speaking, and they voted for George Weah with consistency from 2005, 2011, and 2017. Finally, the ship landed. And George Weah got the necessary votes, up little over 60% of the total vote during the runoff elections. I call it political firepower penalty. And George Weah finally got the power. The young people thought they could be delivered from the bondage of abject poverty, from the bondage of disease, from the bondage of hardship, from the bondage of non-functional education, from the bondage of dirty water, from the bondage of latrine, from the bondage of malnutrition, from the bondage of feces, all running through the streets of Monrovia, from the bondage of lack of development, from the bondage of women giving birth outside of clinic, from the bondage of empty hospital edifice, and from the bondage of every ugly situation you think about. That's what the young people thought. because they spoke and they spoke clearly. On January 22nd, 2018, that wonderful day, the young people again in their majority, old and young, uncle, nephew, mom and dad, including babies, they all assembled at the SK Dispo complex, almost first time in our political history, for inauguration to be done at the sports stadium. But that was a symbolic decision. That was a symbolic representation of our new president who came from the football field. And the young people again in their majority, they endorsed our decision because this man, in their mind, was their own. They went to SKD, and what the Judge WEAH'S said to us and the rest of the world, Liberians will now be a spectator in their own economy. Old and young. Nobody, none of my government officials will have the opportunity to take everybody's money and put it in their pocket. Now, under my watch, the anti-corruption is going to be the hallmark of my administration. And this country has already changed the fact that you make me president. Judge WEAH'S is speaking to the people. 1 year after January 22nd, 2022, where are we? The young people, trouble, struggle, poverty, disease has increased, evident by what we see in Liberia. The Zogo become known to everybody, including our international partners. The Zogo accumulated, the Zogo population was nowhere around when Judge WEAH'S became president. That population is growing 3 times more to a point where now they have a leadership. There's another disappointment. The same similar disappointment that led to Liberians in their majority 1997 that said to us and the world that you came mama, you came apart, I will vote for you. That meant they didn't cheat today in jail. This is a similar disappointment that led to Liberians in their majority to say, cover woman born road and native woman born soldier, and that man does not have a grave because he disappointed the people that sung that song. Majority of the people. There's a similar disappointment that made majority of the people to start soliciting votes and support for Judge WEAH'S that you know book your country dirty. And further went to say, you know book, you don't know book, we will vote for you. But they are disappointed again by Judge WEAH'S. So this is my political observation. My political observation regarding Liberia is Liberians in their majority, we are not a problem. We are the victims of corruption, corrupt leaders, greedy leaders, unauthentic leaders. Leaders that are not truthful to themselves, neither to be truthful to their own family, not the state. All they are in there for army and master theory. That is all they do. How can Judge WEAH'S disappoint the people to this level? Look at this level of governance insanity. We have never seen any president like this before. Judge WEAH'S is the least. It is the least and the most myopic and inept president that Liberia ever produced. And we young people should take responsibility. We must take responsibility because we did it. We did it and we must seek repentance. So that the people that we voted against can forgive us and our God can forgive us. And that repentance is for us to gather in our majority to register to vote. to register to vote, to be able to vote come October 10, 2023, we need to revise our decision. Everything we have done work for us. And that doesn't mean we should sit down and be dormant and use the narrative at the same 6 and 7. No, they are not the same 6 and 7. They are not the same 6 and 7. We know George Weah for real. We know George Weah, Corruption King Kong. We know Eddie Johnson Sally, Corruption King Kong. We know all of them now. But we do not know Joseph Walker yet when we come to our political space, presidency. And that's why I sit here and I support Joseph Walker. I changed my mind. I no longer follow the majority of the young people. And I'm very positive there are a lot of young people who have changed their mind because they are seeing the truth, the actual truth of George Weah now. I'm speaking in terms of majority, my people. Don't hold me responsible. This is about time that we go out there and get ready to revise the decision that we made in 2017. We need to elect Joseph Boakai, Joseph Numa Boakai Sr., as the next president of the Republic of Liberia to change this level of carnage against us. This level of insanity in our government, in our governance space is unacceptable. That's my advice. And watch my changes. The philosopher said it is not how many times you slip and fall, but how much effort did you make to keep moving? Few of the last speeches of Martin Luther King, Dr. Martin Luther King, in American political history, he said, unquote, everybody must do something. We must do something, unquote. If you cannot run, you should walk. If you cannot walk, you should crawl. That's what he said. But by all means, we must do something. And that's something we Liberians in Liberia and outside Liberia we need to do is to change the course of the direction of this country. We call Liberia. To change the political course of our country so that Liberia can be better again and form part of many nations. And I know we can do it. But we can't sit there and do nothing. We must do something. We must do something. And that's something we need to do is to get back to the pool. The same decision we made in 2017, we need to reverse that decision in 2023 by electing Joseph Boakai as the next president of the Republic of Liberia. That's what we need to do. And let's watch. And some of all we hear will sit right here and start to rewrite the scorecard. It is better, we will say it. It is not better, we will say it. There ain't no friendship. No friendship. When I get out of this place, now we'll do our friendship out there. When I'm done with this, we'll do our friendship. So you know what? I want to stop there. And please, folks, we appreciate it so much. But please share the show. Share our podcast. Share the show so folks can get our voice. And they can decide what they want to do with it. All right? So that is that. That is that. Okay? So again, just to let you know, DV 2024, do not send me any information after November 5th. Saturday. Do not send me any information after November 5th. All the information I got, the pictures, and everything, I'll work on that. From now to that time. That is that. Kangoma Multi-Services Consulting, Immigration and Financial Services, filing for minor children, husband and wife, parents, adult children, brothers, sisters, U.S. citizenship application, green card, adjustment of status, affidavit of support, all these small things there. If you want to do it, anyway, you need help with it. Excuse me. Give her a call. Our numbers are 267-648-8012, 701-330-4693. Our website is www.kangomaconsulting.com. I'm going to pin the WhatsApp actually. So that is what I want to leave with you this morning. Before I go, I don't think I need to do that anymore, but we can't leave it empty. We got to be doing something because I need to post the website, okay? Oh, yes. I can't find anything. Yeah. Yeah, so all right. So we're going to go to the Lone Star Sun, okay? Because we're talking about SK Dispo Complex by G-Man Lucky Sango.
Our Liberian Lone Star, one of four players. Our Liberian Lone Star got one of four players. Our Liberian people, we choose success. 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 Wherever you play, wherever you go, the Liberian people, we choose victory, victory, victory. Victory looks like a first victory. 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 Kaya pepe, 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 kaya pepe.
champion. Betty Barrow money champion. Betty Barrow money champion. Liberian golden boys, yeah. Liberian golden boys, yeah. Liberian yellow boys, yeah. Liberian darling club, yeah. Liberian golden boys, yeah. Liberian yellow boys, yeah.
We got somebody here calling from Miami, right? I'm not Miami, Liberia, Miami, Florida, but they're calling my WhatsApp number. Out of courtesy, I will take them. I'm done almost. Good morning, caller. Are you calling from Miami, Liberia, or Miami, Florida? Are you there? Hello? Are you calling from Miami, Liberia, or Miami, Florida?
No. This is Joshua. I'm calling from Family First Life.
Calling from Miami, Florida. But before you're sorry, let me hear this song here so I can get out of here. I just said a good question. I love this part. Hey, man, Lone Star of Liberia, man. It's no more other football, man. Oh, my goodness. Wow, George Weah. Super disappointment. Those days, I can say, remember, even during the dark days of Liberia, just at a time, Lone Star was still on top of the game. Lone Star team. Oh, man. Somebody who played football 22 years. Didn't even find it. That was always the medium of unity. Position, imposition, no position, independence. When you start playing game, everybody will be there to cheer the team. Not on a joy way. That's a shame. Man, y'all thank you, man. Y'all thank you. Y'all thank you, my people. Y'all thank you. Y'all thank you, my people. Y'all thank you, my people. Let end here. Yeah, we can't finish Liberia story, and we're not even planning to finish it. We just want to be on the small until otherwise. Okay. So y'all thank you plenty for coming. I did my closing already. I just wanted to post those few information about our agency, and hopefully you can give us a call if you have something to do about immigration, not court, not deportation, no. Filing those small paperwork, we can do that. And we'll tell you exactly the details, what we're supposed to do or what you're supposed to give her in terms of information. DV people, you got your information already. The few one I got, I'm going to work on it before I go to work today. All right, so folks, thank you. The only thing we can give you is thank you. And God will pay you for what you're doing for Mama Liberia. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye now.